Alright, sup guys, so I tried to record, live stream this, not record. So I believe in the last video, I couldn't transport bales. Not the biggest issue in the world. It's kind of fine, I guess. But we can now, and that's the main thing. They did an update, and I'm assuming my FPS was too low. Because they did this update quite a few months back. Or not quite a few months back. God, I can't talk. Quite a few days back they did an update. So, I suppose I'll return and do some stuff on this game. It also appears that they utilize the game a little bit better. Or not utilized. God, I can't think of a word. They condensed it. That way it's easier to actually play. Is it Mike? Right, yeah, it is. Okay. That explains a lot. That should be a shade. I would assume that that's a shade. Yeah, I was right. No, me, it was a shade. It had to be a shade. Now, if they had a pre-truck shade, it would be really nice. Always on. If we get to level 4 off of this, I'm gonna buy a new water tank. Also, I ran off my footage. Holographic offices up here at these spots. I didn't do that on camera. Going up to it down my own. Because I figured it needed to be done and it wasn't something exciting. So I just ran off. I feel like I should be looking at the next logo. What's the next logo gonna be? What does it have to be? And honestly, we're probably actually just gonna buy more of these bales. Or more of these trailers transporting bales. No, I'm gonna need a refrigerator part. Go get coal. Don't need a really strong logo. Coal mine's there. We might just have to build the iron mine. That'd be something I'd like to live stream. It's easier to live stream. Also, I know last time it wasn't really rendering. I was being Yeah, I will need those stock cars. Throttle kick down. I don't know, do I need grain transporting over here too? No, it'd just be bales. Okay, hard brake. Alright, brake can come off. We're gonna set the reverser up. Pulled the whistle instead of the regulator that time. I suppose that I could use the Shay for, oh, what is it? The cattle. Yay, we got some more money. Our water's good. And I think it's a matter of the bales just need to be filled. Maybe. Possibly. And transport 15 bales at a time. Means I'm going to be bumped up to 70 bales. Come on, I told you to unload. I should go make some scrambled eggs for lunch. That sounds like a good plan. Sorry, I got food on the brain. It's 11 o'clock and I haven't eaten yet. And I only ate once yesterday. Because I can adult. Okay, we are tier 4. $75 and 15 goes to 90. So we need at least 2 more trailers, or 2 more cars of bales. We're honestly just gonna do 3. And I've played a lot of Railroader, a lot more Railroader than I have with this. So, I'm not comparing one to the other, which I know I did in the last episode, the last video. It's not on purpose. I'm more used to one than the other. It's like, when I compare my trucks to each other, you know, I'm just used to them. Okay. And I do have a preferred truck. Just like I have a preferred game I like to play. But that game takes a long time to play. I mean, this one takes a really long time. That one takes a long time too. And I like them for different reasons. With this one, I get to sit back and I can drive this. Railroader, you don't have to build track, do your own, or not really do your own thing, but there's contracts and you gotta do some stuff. This one is more, I do what I want. If I want to do something, I do it. If I don't want to do this industry, I don't do it. But I have to lay my own track. And I wish I didn't have to lay my own track. I'd rather everything just get laid at like max 4 or 5%. But if it didn't, and I didn't have to lay my own track, but I need to slap on 2 locomotives to go up a hill or had to cut my cars in town, I'd be fine with it. I just don't want to have to build my own track. Because it takes an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, 5 hours. Never like 5 hours, I guess. It takes a hot minute. Oh yeah, it's this one that'll be the hang up. I can't go through that in 135. I can do it doing 24. At least we can do 23, 24 and do it. You know what I haven't driven in a hot minute? Class 70. Class 70 was a nice locomotive. We do have $3,000. Yeah, we should probably save that for the stock cars. As much as I don't want to, we probably should. I would take the grain, but I don't think the grain goes anywhere. Does it? I would be looking for a mill. No. Okay, the brake comes off. We go forward a little bit. Do we still have plenty? Yeah, we got plenty of seeds yet. Do we got plenty of water? We got plenty of water. Brake can come off. Wait, that's more than 15 bales. It's gotta be more than 15. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Never mind, it's 15 on the dot. Forward do we do go again? If I had one more trailer, or one more car, I'd have wiped out all the bales. I wouldn't mind having one more of these trailers. I might honestly just get one anyway. Brake can come off, the reverser can go back. And just go full throttle all the way. feel like I haven't talked much in this, but like, there's really nothing. I mean, I guess I could give you guys like updates. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be uploading or anything like that. And nothing, maybe more live streams. But depends on what I have for time and everything. Because I've kind of lost that initial kick to get a whole bunch of stuff done. I dumped pretty much almost everything I have for reserve videos that was doing decent. And I just really haven't recorded anything else. I should have. But I also got other stuff I gotta get done. Life and stuff. That's not saying I won't be here. I will be on here. But probably not quite as, well, probably just as much. I won't be working on stuff as much. But who knows, I may decide to get kicking and actually make some more stuff. Besides, I've got a lot of stuff to content, considering I've got a lot of model kits to put together. And I got other ideas too, like doing some cooking stuff. No, we'll see what happens. I've had stuff on like ideas since, well shit, since this game came out. Because when this game came out, I was living on my own. And I was thinking about doing cooking stuff then. So I should really show you guys. You guys let me know what you think of me teaching you guys how to make mean grilled cheese. It's worth the cardiac arrest. Or the threat of it at least. Besides, I gotta show some people that's actually how I cook, and I mean to cook that way. I don't want to grill cheese for lunch. I could do a grilled cheese with eggs in it. I got eggs I gotta use up. Sorry, I got food really bad on the brain. In a half hour, I'm gonna come back. Yeah, in the end, short run is I really don't know what I'm gonna be making for YouTube or anything like that. But we definitely will find out in the end. Maybe I go back to GTA 5. GTA 5 is fun. I don't know, you guys tell me. And I feel bad about talking about other games while I play this one. But I don't really know what else to do while I'm controlling this train. And it's like 5 minutes between destinations. I also might go through and rework all these switches. Because I don't like how all these switches are laid and how some have snow and some don't. And I gotta clear the switch stand. Oh, are we gonna get cows today? I hope we get cows. I wonder if they're gonna put milk in the game, because if you're gonna have cows, then you can have milk. You know, like when a cow gets old and it's not producing milk or it's hit a certain weight, you turn around and you sell it. Because it's not good. It's lived its purpose. Like, that sounds really cold, and I know there's vegans out there. In fact, I work with a vegan. At least I think she's vegan. 90% certain. No, she is vegan. There's a pescatarian. I don't know. There's that wide variety of things. Anyway, but I know vegans frown upon um, animals like that. But if we weren't gonna eat them, something else would. Anyway, the way that it works is you start off with your calf, you grow it, feed it. It hits a certain age, it can produce offspring. Um, then the females hit a certain age, they produce milk. And then the males hit a certain age, they're too old to do anything after they've helped you produce. And the females get to an age, they get too old to produce milk. You turn around and you sell them off. And then they go to the butcher shop. Ayo. I do need grain. I didn't think I needed grain. That explains why I wasn't growing any cattle. Okay. In that case, I need a big box. I need something. Seeds. Actually, I need to wait till we get to where we're... I need to wait till we get to the thingamabobber. I know where I gotta be. No, I don't. 3. So then it's 4. Number 400. C dot P dot R dot R. Well, I can't see what tier I am. Thank you very much. Tier 5 is needed. I am not doing all of that in the small. Okay, let me think here a minute. Because honestly, there's no way I'm doing that all with the small trailers. Or small cars. There's just no way in hell. See, because what, that hole's like 4, maybe 6? Probably not even. Because I know this only holds like 12 things of grain. That's annoying enough. So I think we're going to start doing... do some lumber-like stuff. Not just that, but well, maybe sawmill should be fully loaded. At least with logs. With extra logs even. What I mean by that is there should be flat doors on the side. Actually, I'll probably save that for the next one. But anyway, if there's also any other videos like you guys want, or you want content on different things, let me know. Hey yo! I don't start to do some model stuff. Which it's funny because I have models from like this area. Ooh, I have an idea. I think I definitely have an idea. How big are these cars? They gotta be 40 footers. If not, they're close. 3-foot gauge. Builder was Virginia and Truckee. Hmm. Yeah, we gotta take this. Yeah, that's what we were doing. We were taking this back up to there. Maybe I'll do some model stuff today. Modeling sounds like fun. I need to do that anyway. It makes me feel good deep down inside. I'm far from the best, but it makes me happy. No, I want something where I can be a little creative. Sorry, I love to cook. If I could find a good cooking that would represent exactly what it's like to cook in a restaurant, if I was smart enough to be able to make that kind of game too. Because there's a lot of stuff in the background of restaurants. I've done it for 9 years. And I still don't quite fully understand everything. I understand the majority of the logistics. At least I feel like I do. And I understand how customers are. But I also know, and as a customer standpoint, I understand that customers don't always understand what's going on, why it's going on, why what's happening is happening. Especially when a restaurant closes and they fully deserve it. And what happens when a restaurant closes and it doesn't understand, or doesn't deserve it. My first job and my second to last job. Not in that order, it's quite reversed. My first job should not be reversed. Really small work. Like, well, actually, Max and Irma's was the first job. I got no problem saying that. I missed that place. I loved it. It was a great freaking place to work. I loved a lot of it. Not all of it, but I loved a lot of it. Definitely a lot of it. Still work with some of those people at my current job. But my second to last job, I'm not saying names, I don't want to be sued, I don't want to be taken under or anything like that. But it is definitely, the property is still for sale. we were losing a bunch of money. But if I could make a game that would be highly representative of basically everything I've seen in this industry out of different restaurants and how you wanted to run your restaurant, how filthy you wanted to make it, how clean you wanted to make it, and it all kind of mattered, but it really didn't matter. 'Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, it really doesn't matter. And when you yell at a customer, or when as a customer you yell at an employee, most likely it's taken as you didn't know what you were talking about. Sometimes you know what you're talking about, and it is credited to you when you know what you're talking about as a customer. But some of the times it's really not. I try to take everything you say, it's the way I am, as okay, how do we move on? What do we need to do? What do we need to make sure that you enjoy your experience? And we need to and I would have to have a game where you had people like that in it, or characters, and then you had characters in the game where they're like some of the other ones, and they're more common than not, employee-wise, that don't care. I guess it's about 50-50. It depends on who's doing the hiring and if they're good at hiring employees. Because the place I'm at now has more of it shit together. Is the easiest way to put it. And it's the most honest. Has more of it shit together than any other restaurant I've worked in. And I've worked went from Max Service to a truck stop, which sucked. I was corporate, they didn't know how to work or anything. That would have to be represented too. Oh, let's see, what else did I do? Was it the country club? Yeah, it was the country club that I worked at after that, which was amazingly clean. You could have ate off the floor anywhere you wanted. Then I went to a buffet style restaurant. I was a delivery driver for them, and then I became a fry cook after about a month. That was a mistake. And then it was kind of a iffy thing. I left. And then that would all have to be represented. That would be fun. And then I went to places that closed, which fully deserved it. The owner was multiple states away. Had no clue what was going on in her restaurant. And then that would all be represented too. If you wanted to be like a manager that was states away or a not hands-on. It would be very, very interesting, because then you'd have cooks that wouldn't show up, and you'd have no food because you were states away. That'd be the fun part tomorrow. It'd be a headache because it would take me right back down memory lane. And then you'd have about 3 people, 4 people that genuinely cared about the place. No, 5 or 6. And then the owner would throw in 16-year-olds as servers, because you need servers. One of them didn't ID people. So you could have gotten your booze for free, which would have been a $500 fine for the restaurant as well as the person that served the alcohol. There's some more funness that I had. Where was I going? But it'd be fun to make a restaurant game like that goes through all of the headaches and everything that I went through. It'd be really fun if you could go through and have all of the amazing people I've worked with too. Lots of names pop up. Lots of annoying people pop up too. It'd be really interesting to show the insight of this is what actually happens in the restaurant business. Because I know there's movies like the movie Waiting where it's, and you still hear it from customers, no, I don't want my food to go back, I don't want the cooks to spit in it. Legally, they spit in it, they're fired the same day. There is zero tolerance for that. And technically, if you get found picking food up off the floor and throwing it on a plate or throwing it in a grill or in a fryer, you're supposed to be fired on site. Doesn't always happen, but you're supposed to be fired on site or at least reprimanded, and all the oil's got to be drained and everything. That's what's supposed to happen. Doesn't always, but that is exactly what is supposed to happen. And sometimes there's just no repercussions, or you get a lot of repercussions. Oh, and the fires that happen from improperly maintained grills. That might have happened the other day. And a couple of months ago, it might have happened where there was a fryer that caught fire. Improper cleaning. But how do you clean it? A spot that I don't think is accessible. I'm not 100% sure though. I'm really not. Number is 500. C.P.R.R. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I knew at one of the places I worked it was. No, that wasn't that easily accessible to clean where the Broaster 1700. No, it was an 1800. I'm at 2500. And those became self-cleaners. Meaning, because you couldn't reach under there the easiest and clean it the easiest, it burnt itself off. It would catch, the grease would get hot enough from the propane underneath the broaster, which is a fryer that pressurizes. But the grease would get hot enough around the grease drain pipe, which was above a drawer, and the pipe was above, in a way, probably a good foot or so from the um, gas ring on it that was producing the flames. Um, but it would still catch about once a month over at that restaurant, which was the buffet style restaurant. God, that was always fun. That or something would break on them all the time, and the owner was a child. I mean, they can throw my name through mud, and they probably will. I know I'm not welcome back. I've earned my right not to go back. But they've earned my opinion of them, too. But yeah. One day I should give stories. Because I have a lot more than what I just gave. There's a time in another restaurant, and grease fires are kind of common. They're more common than what you would think. That's kind of what happened the other day. Um, on a flat top. I don't know if any of you know what a flat top is. Um, flat top grill. 502 1 3 2. Okay, so I'm looking for. Okay. Um. Um. It's got a space in it where you put their catchers, and they catch all of the grease that comes off of the flat top from cooking with butter and what have you. Um, and if they weren't cleaned by the person who was supposed to clean them, that doesn't do shit anyway. Um, was it 504 that's right there? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. But he doesn't do anything anyway. At least not that I see. And I get to stare at cooks all day. Um, it's probably on other people too that I watch all day cook and they didn't clean it. But, so the stuff underneath must have got too hot and they weren't cleaning and kind of the whole one side, well, quarter of it went up in flames. But it was able to be put out and put back, turned back on and used. I mean, it wasn't anything detrimental. It's not like the grease fires you see when a fryer goes up out of the oil bay. I watch those. Those are kind of cool. It's cool as a person that doesn't have to deal with that. But But it would suck if you were the person that actually had to do that and clean up after that. What else is there? So you'd have stuff like that, but also where it doesn't damage any of the components. Oh, but you might get a small amount of warpage if you were to clean the grill wrong. And you could do it like this, where like you could basically do what I did when I worked at the restaurant that closed. I almost mentioned them by name. Whoopsies. Um, where you don't just want to be an owner or something. Like you can be hands-on. You can go do the cooking. You can do the cleaning. And then you could get a reputation with your employees for being that kind of boss that helps them cook, helps them clean, isn't afraid to get into the nitty-gritty with them. And then you've got the cooks that'll give you help just for once you're doing something. And yes, that's actually how cooks are. Like if you don't normally help, they give you all of the hell in the world. Because today you decided to help. And it's not disrespecting, that's actually, I think, how most cooks show you their appreciation. There's just some that aren't smart. Or care. Okay, we're on the second car. And I know I kind of described the job title with the attitude. That's honestly not on purpose. Well, actually, it kind of is. I'm not allowed to cook. I won't allow myself to cook in a restaurant again. Kind of cook I am is the one that'll tell you exactly where you sit, exactly what's irritated me, and exactly how I feel about you. And there is no questions asked. If I like you that day, you know I like you that day. If I think you're an idiot that day, I think you're an idiot that day. If I think you're a waste of space in the oxygen I breathe that day, you're gonna know that's how I feel that day. I'm a very angry type of cook. So I don't cook in a commercial setting. It's how I react to the stress of it all. So I don't allow myself anymore to do that. Unless it's to help out. If it's to help, like when I was, because I've done managerial work. Where was I going with that? Like if you were my cook and you didn't show up and three other cooks didn't show up, and you're the only one that showed up, I'm fully prepared. I may not know anything about the cook line. And I didn't. But I may not know anything about the cook line. As long as you're willing to teach me, I'm willing to get arms deep in the crap with you, even waist deep. I don't care. We'll go swimming in it if we have to, and I've done that a time or two. I've gotten so far in the weeds with somebody, it's unreal. At least for me. It was really in the weeds. But I'm prepared to help anybody. As long as you're willing to help put in the work. If you're not willing to put in the work and you want to be rude, I'm not helping you any. that kind of stuff should be modeled too. Then we modeled, okay, this guy has nobody who wants to work. Nobody wants to work with him. Because this, that, the other thing. You can fire that staff and make the best possible restaurant that you can have. That would be an awesome game. It would be a beautiful game. Think like something that's for restaurant employees. Or rather, from restaurant employees to customers. And then you show the rude customers that are complaining, and you got the cook that's complaining. Because it's sent back and they made it right and they're mad at the server because of all the alterations, because the customer's being fussy. Not all fun stuff. Definitely stuff that all happens. This is gonna be a little bit scary. A little bit of oh, I'm gonna need to start breaking there soon. Alright, then slam on the brake. Oh, we're not even close to the sawmill. I thought we were way closer to the sawmill than we are. Yup, going there. There we go. Now we're coupled in. Okay, yes we are. We're coupled in correctly. Full throttle. I just want to run ahead. We've been down this way, so I know that this tree's actually cleared. But yeah, back to the game. That's the kind of game that I think would be really cool to see. You know, because I don't think there's anything out there that honestly represents kind of weird, mashed up kind of people that you would see in a restaurant. And I'm part of a dying breed. I don't know how much longer restaurants are going to be around. COVID definitely wiped out a number of them. And I know somebody's going to be out there going, well, the restaurant did it to itself, and yada, yada, yada. To an extent, that may be true. But it's not 100% of the story. Like I said, when it comes down to it, customers don't always know exactly what's going on. Like, ran into customers a few years back, or no, was it last year at the fair? Anyway, at the local fair, I had ran into some customers that I missed, and I really liked them, and they really liked me, and they liked some of our other members of staff where I was working. And they were going on about the food and the help and some other stuff. And I started talking to them. I'm like, you don't understand, but there's only 2 cooks back there. Then the owner doesn't care, and as a customer, you don't see all of this stuff that when we run shorthand, why we run shorthand, that you just can't get anybody else, and then people want to treat each other like crap, and customers get irritated. Well, then the server doesn't want to wait on you because you're being a massive prick. You know, like, we're there, yes, we're there to take care of you. Whether it's, I'm working as a server this day, I'm working as a manager, which I don't do manager right now where I'm at either. But regardless of what I'm doing, like, we're there to take care of you and to help take care of you. But we're also not there to sit there and be shat on and be treated like we're absolute garbage and you are a servant. Or rather, we're servants and you are the most important thing on this earth. Like, we're people too. Don't yell at us. We can't help a whole lot of stuff. Though I am relatively new to serving again, so I do understand why I get some of. I don't really get treated like that, but if I were to, I would understand some of it. But even still, like, you have somebody trying to help you, don't be a prick. That's the #1 thing, and I would love a game that would actually show that. It would be awesome to have a game like that out there. Because there's just so much that nobody understands. I mean, even people like, I'm pretty sure I've said it before and I'll say it again. My mom comes from a fast food background. I mean, I guess I'm fast food too because I don't work at Applebee's, but Applebee's is even classed as 5-star last I knew. 5-star fast food restaurant because the menus and everything are designed to be pumped out in 15 minutes or less. Even your steak is supposed to be 15 minutes or less. And that's even considering you want it well done. It's actually based on how long a well done steak will take. We need to go this way a bit. Oh, we are not doing free. We're doing precise. Shit. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's just, there's a lot that customers don't fully understand, and you don't have to. And we don't want you to fully understand every little thing. Because it's not necessary. In fact, if you understood everything, it may make our lives actually more difficult. But at the same time, the more you know, the more educated you are, the nicer you can be to some of us. Some of us honestly are just there to try and help. We're not there to make your life difficult because you want 300 cups of au jus or barbecue sauce and you need like 5 things of barbecue. But at the same time, like, somebody's got to pay for that. So if we charge it to you, and we put it on your bill, we're not doing it to be mean. Somebody's on us about making sure that it's charged. That's definitely a thing where I'm currently at. But it makes sense because food cost and stuff that as customers don't need to worry about, well, what's our food cost? What's the revenue? What's the labor percentage at? But at the same time, labor's high, we got to get people off the pot. People need to be gotten rid of. Because if you don't have the money coming in, you can't even pay the employee that's there. I mean, you can pay them, but it's negative for the day, and you always want to be in a positive for the day. And once again, going into stuff customers don't need to know, but then you want to sit there. Some customers want to sit there and go, my favorite restaurant closed. I only went for once a year. I didn't really patron the place. Well, you didn't go. It was a wonderful place to eat. The people were all wonderful. But you never went there, but you don't understand why they closed. You know, like, some stuff, it's... If you like a place, frequent it more. If it looks like they're busy, sign they've got good food. Show up and frequent them. Most places need that business. Well, not most need it, but without the people coming in, you don't make money. Without that, you hit 308%, and I've had to explain this before to somebody, so I'll explain here. One of the restaurants I worked at that is now currently closed was dishwashing that day. There was 3 or 4 cooks on. I was included in that because we didn't have a dishwasher, so I had to go dishwash. A bartender, a server, and a manager, and 3 or 4 cooks are all on the clock. 2 cooks there at 10:30. By noon, with only 2 tables, 308% labor. That is 308% of your food sales go into labor. Just labor. That's not the electric, that's not the gas, that's not the property management or property tax, anything else that has to do with running the business. That's just your labor was 308%. When your labor is 308% of your sales, it means you should have sold, let's say your sales were $100 for the day, and your labor is 308% of that. I think that means you need to sell another $300. I might be wrong. Math is not my strong suit. But I think it means you need to sell another $300 worth of stuff just to make up for those last 2 hours. And this restaurant was not doing that. They could not do it. Like, they had burnt their reputation in the town so horribly it was unreal. They burnt their reputation with anyone that was even remotely experienced with restaurants so badly. They were hiring, and nothing against anybody who's got dyed hair, piercings, anything like that. I've worked with a bunch of people that are like that in this industry, and they've been fine. They work hard. But one of the people had green hair, they were starting to hire bartenders that had no teeth. Pretty sure they were. But they were hiring people like they were scraping the very, very bottom of the barrel. And I've seen stuff that looks like the bottom of the barrel. Not anymore. And what I mean by that is, I have worked with drug dealers, druggies, um, alcoholics, um, people you wouldn't want your kids around. I've seen some things. There's not another industry like the one that I have chosen to work in and stay in. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff customers don't see and understand. A lot more people should work in the restaurant business to understand it. It really is a wonderful industry. Like, I'm not trying to talk bad about it. It's an industry I love. I don't see myself doing anything else. But the people in it, whoo, they can be interesting. They can be really interesting. It's probably, honestly, like the YouTube spectrum. You don't know what you're going to find when you go into some videos. I don't think I've worked with neo-Nazis, though, or racists. If they were racist, they weren't open about it. Yeah, I've worked with some very, very interesting kinds of people. I wouldn't change my industry for anything. Oh, I forgot that everything loaded in these. Yeah. There needs to be a game that encompasses all of that at some point. I would play that game. For no other reason than I would actually play it on the channel and be like, this is what my average work day is like. This is what I see in my dreams and in my nightmares. It also needs to incorporate the industry on its own, the nature of the industry. It is moderately sexist. I mean, it's nothing horrible, at least not from what I've seen. But females will make more money than males, in my experience. Unless you're at a really shitty restaurant, then everybody leaves with 40 bucks at the end of the night, which is a bad night. Especially when you make $5 an hour. We need to go add on to the track over here. Yeah, I mean, and it's not something I'm complaining about. Like, I know it's like that. There's a lot of us that know it's like that. It's just you play to your strengths. If you're nice, you pull that off. If you're not nice, you own it. And there's going to be customers, as long as you can kind of relatively joke about it, you'll be fine. Then again, we would lose half of our tricks. Well, not really tricks, but stuff we do. It would be nice to have a game, honestly, out there like that, where it's just pulls back the cloud a bit. It makes it so that customers can see what's going on. Why does a restaurant close? Why, when you complain about every little thing, does a restaurant close? Why, when you're so fussy, does a restaurant close? And I know I'm not trying to speak for everybody. I'm not trying to target anybody in particular. I'm just saying in general, when you have customers that complain all the time, make it so that they treat their customer, or when the customers treat the employee like crap and have unmeetable expectations. Why do they not have employees? Why, when you tell a McDonald's employee or a service industry employee like Applebee's or Olive Garden or Red Lobster, all of which, by the way, all restaurants I've never worked in. When you tell them, oh, well, you don't like where you're at, you don't like the job you're doing, you don't like the amount of money, go get a new job, go get a better job. Then they get a better job, and you're like, my restaurant closed. There's a reason for it. You told them to quit. You said if you didn't like it, to leave. They quit. They went found better. Grass was greener on the other side. A lot less stress. They ain't coming back. But I think I should be done ranting about the restaurant business. I really do love it. I do. I love the work I do. I love every little bit of it. But it's just a little fair inside. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.